This is the Origami Tulip project for the Heifer Fair 2021. If you pick up this project, you will get 5 different colored pieces of origami paper and 5 green pipe cleaners. And here's an example of the tulip made on the right so you can see, get an idea what it looks like. Most of you know what this origami project looks like, though we haven't done it in the last couple of years. David is going to show you the origami folding because I am hopeless doing this, and I always have to ask him every year to show me again. You have got a paper that is colored on one side and white on the other side. We're going to consider the white side of the paper the part that doesn't show in your tulip. That's going to be the inside, and the colored side of the paper is the finished color of your tulip, and we're going to call that the outside. You're going to fold diagonally your square paper in half to form a big folded triangle with the white side inside of your form. You're going to open it up again, and you're going to flip it so that your first fold goes up and down, and now you're going to fold it crosswise. So you folded this paper from corner to corner. You're going to have a big X that opens with the white side showing on the inside. Face it down onto the table, and it looks a little bit like a tent. And then you're going to do this strange motion where you kind of crunch it on the corners and it folds up like an X. Right? Looks almost like a star, like an X-shaped star. And now you're going to flatten it out so it looks like 2 pyramids with a folded point at the top, and all of your open edges are at the bottom long side of your triangle. Take your time folding so that all of your points and edges line up accurately and that you crease your seams gently, but you want them crispy, folded nice and crispy. Now we've got this little X-shaped fold, little star shape. The white is on the inside.
Card.
Okay. Dave has picked up one of the corners from the open edge, and he's putting it right up to the top point, and he's going to fold that little seam down. Yep. He's going to do that on the other corner. Notice the back half of this is still flat on the table. We will flip this form over and fold up those 2 points too. My Luna is going to start barking because she wants to go out of the studio. Luna, wait a minute, baby. Now you see all of the points are folded up to the top. Alright, there we go. So we've got this very strange little X-Wing fighter from Star Wars look. Pause 1 second. 4. Don't mind the dogs barking in the background, they're just annoying dogs. So Dave is showing you that you've got that original X fold with a point right at the top in the center. You've picked up your triangular corners and you have creased them nicely so they all go to the top. Now we're going to open this up. We're going to fold, so those extra open folds are now inside the crease.
Yes.
And you've got something that looks pretty smooth. It looks like a square, but it's complicated. Fold it over, open that, flatten that crease again. Now we're going to take this, which edge we've got, where's the open point, Dave?
The open point is here, but it is also captured at the moment.
Good. Okay, the open point is where the top of the tulip blossom is going to be. This is important. I want you to look at this close up. David's taking a triangle of paper, and it's got this folded opening on the side. He stuck a little folder in there so you can see it, and it crosses over the center line of your square diamond shape here. So comes right to the point at the top. This little lap that folds over the center point is important because when he does the other side, that's what's going to capture like a little pocket. One edge is going to capture into the fold of the other edge. He's going to show you that now. Open up that little creasy pocket there, and you're going to slide that one edge in, and look what happens. You've got a little folded pocket. This is going to be one of the quadrants of your tulip. There you go. It's got a little pocket in there. He's going to fold it over. Yep, shows you where it overlaps. He's going to turn it over and do the same form on the other side.
The tip is not going to be a perfect triangle. The tip will always be a little bit off to one side. That makes a very good looking tulip.
The asymmetry is what allows you to be able to tuck one corner of a triangle into the pocket of the other corner. If they were exactly symmetrical, there wouldn't be any overlap. There you go. Now we are 99% of the way home for our tulip. Okay, I'm going to come out a little bit, and David's going to show you how to open this tulip up. Put your fingers in that little pocket there. You see you here have your original X fold showing right there. That's the bottom center of your tulip. Make a little pinch, hold on to those two pockets that you overlapped. You can blow right into it. You can also use your fingers and pull on the corners a tiny bit.
Not too hard. The paper would rip if you did too hard.
Now it forms a nice square lantern shape at the bottom of your tulip, and then you're going to get those overlap pockets tucked back together. It's important that they stay together for your final tulip, and if they ever come undone, you just tuck them back in. Some other origami forms get blown into to make them puff out like this. There's a little box, there's a lantern, there's a little ball. So this pyramid shape is actually our tulip, and how we get those petals to form is we carefully hold the bottom, and then
extra hint, always do the top petal first. So
where it overlaps.
Where it overlaps, that would be the top petal. And you pinch and you pull from the tip, and that
isn't that cool. It came undone, but that's okay. Some people might put a drop of glue in there, but you know, we won't tell anybody.
So another thing to do is just with not very much pressure at all, just rub the tip of your petal so that you get this nice curved sort of limpid quality to your petal.
It looks quite organic, quite pretty.
Now notice I am doing the second petal now. This would be the captured petal from the first one. And because the first one is open, the second one can open as far down as the first one.
You see where it overlaps there? So the first petal was the pocket that the next petal goes inside of. So they're showing you with the folder.
Being the second petal had room to fold because the first petal had been pulled out of the way.
Right. Good job there.
Wow. To be honest, I didn't fully remember this form when we began. I was like, oh no, I hope it works.
We didn't do this for a couple of years, and I think we were saying, oh, we'll get the origami paper and it will all come back to us, and it did.
It did.
Guess it's like riding a bicycle.
Down a hill.
Down a hill with no
for
brakes.
adaptive reasons.
We got this one, and you're going to do this one too. Anybody over age of 2 can try origami.
What's beautiful about this form is that it has to be asymmetrical. It has to be interpretive.
Right. Let's say you try doing some origami and you're like, oh man, I love doing this. You could use a bamboo skewer or more pipe cleaners of every color if you want, or a bamboo skewer. You can use computer printer paper. You just have to make sure that you cut it into a perfect square. Okay, put that stem in that tulip for us, Dave.
Now, there are two schools of thought, and you'll have to find which one you like better. There's a school of thought that the pipe cleaner goes to the tip of the tulip and you get a straight up and down tulip. I think also, though, the pipe cleaner can go from the opening to the first tip of the balloon. The difference is now you have a tulip that has a very good sense of direction. It's got that lovely wobble to it. It's almost like it tilts without it looking like that, you know? Yeah. Without it being over tilted based on the weight of the flower, you'd have, and notice I'm holding it close to the flower.
Right.
But I think it's got personality. And this point, you can put it right to the very tip.
So he's pushed that pipe cleaner, goes right up to the tippy top point of that tulip. It's got a little more structural integrity, I think.
If you have many of these, this is a lovely way to present them. But if you had a few of them, you could turn them toward the light or toward, you know,
Right.
a picture frame.
Okay, lay that down against the black and we'll take a good look at this. This is the Heifer Tulip project, and it's an origami form. It's a classic origami form, which means there's no cutting and there's no gluing or taping. And you have 5 different colors, and I picked them out so they sort of might look good together. And 5 different pipe cleaners that can be picked up for the Heifer Origami Tulip for our 2021 online Heifer Fair. Thanks for watching.